name's Henry Ramsey. I'm with the Adult Skills team at Blackburn with Darwen Borough Council. This video is a continuation of the Japanese-inspired yoga series where we look at the traditional stretches known usually as Makko Ho. This time I'm going to be using chairs. This adapted set is because some people are unable to go down to the floor and do the traditional stretches at floor level. These stretches are more comfortable and in some cases even better for you. So we'll make a start. We always start on the left hand side. I'm going to put my left foot up on the chair in front of me and I'm going to adjust the chair so that my calf is on the chair, like so. For some people this will already be enough stretch, but if I need more stretch I can lift my centre and move my centre in the direction of the left hand side and grab my leg where I can. I'm going to stretch for approximately 1 minute, but I do advise you to try and stretch for 2 minutes if you have enough time. It's this brain muscle cycle. It takes 2 minutes for the brain to realise that the muscle isn't being injured. It takes 2 minutes for the brain to let go. But if you don't have 2 minutes, that's fine, just stretch for however long you can. I'm breathing to the stretch and the stretch is comfortable for me. There should never be any pain. If I feel the muscle begin to ease, then I can apply slightly more stretch, lifting centre and moving in the direction of my left foot. If I don't feel stable, then I should adjust my foot that's on the floor until I feel more stable. Okay, I'm going to change sides. So I come up with my centre, come up with my core and put the foot down. And then think about putting the other foot up. I can lift my knee to help me put my other foot onto the chair. The knee is soft, the knee is relaxed. Lifting centre, moving my centre in the direction of the right foot, grab my left side where I can. Sometimes that's under the knee, sometimes it's actually the foot. But the stretch should be comfortable. Sometimes you'll feel the stretch in the hip, sometimes behind the knee, sometimes in the calf. That's normal for you. Breathing naturally, I should have relaxed shoulders, I should be thinking of centre, and I should have neutral hips. I'll talk about that later in the series. That's everyday posture, known as kumbhaka. Okay, that's the right side. In the traditional series we do each side twice, but when we're stretching for a time, we do one side only. Okay, so I've stretched the back of the knee, now I'm going to stretch the inside of the thigh, or the inside of the crotch. So I've come onto the corner of the chair, so that my centre is at 45 degrees to this right angle on the chair. I have my left leg up, because I'm doing left side first, and I lift my centre up and over. I can support myself with my hand on my knee and my hand on my leg, but my energy is up and over. It's pulling on the back of the leg and on the inside of the thigh. I have relaxed shoulders, I'm breathing to the stretch. If I feel the muscle release, I can apply slightly more stretch as long as it's comfortable. There should never be any pain. I apologise if I have my back to you, but I thought I'd leave the chairs where they are so you can see how I move on the chairs. Rather than moving the chairs, you can see me move on the chairs, which is what you would do at home anyway. Okay, so I come up using my core, I'll put my foot down and I'll move to the other corner of the chair. Left leg planted on the floor, that's my foundation, and then the right leg up. Now depending on how much stretch you want, you can move the right foot further across or not as far across. You will feel the stretch on the inside of the thigh here, inside of the knee, and the back of the knee, back of the leg. Lifting my centre up and over to increase the stretch, but only to where it's comfortable. We're always working in the comfortable envelope. I'm breathing to the stretch, I'm trying to relax my shoulders, I'm trying to be comfortable in this peculiar posture. Each time you come back to these stretches, they will be slightly different. Every day is different. Sometimes the activity we've done in the previous hours or days means that we have tightness in different areas of the muscles. This is the Zen part of the practice. We come back again and again and see little differences. Okay, so I come up using my core. I can grab the back of my knee to put my foot down on the floor. Now, whereas when we're on the ground, the next practice would be to drive the knees to the mat. That is not safe using two chairs because we can fall off and have some kind of accident. I'm going to keep one foot planted on the floor to give me the balance. I'm going to put my right foot over my left knee, like so. I'm going to hold my left foot where it's comfortable, and I'm going to cup my hand under my right knee. The first part of the practice is to push the right knee slightly down, and this is mobilizing the right hip. I can feel a stretch deep within the hip, which is what I'm looking for. I've just noticed that my shoulders are quite tense. I'm going to try and relax them. Even though I'm using the arms should be as relaxed as possible. Only my hands should have life in them. So, pushing the right knee down, only to where the stretch is comfortable. And I'm stretching the gluteus minimus and the piriformis muscles deep within the hip. Stretching these muscles helps with things like sciatica. The more mobile the muscles are, the more flexible they are, the less likely they are to spasm and cause problems. Okay, so I come up using my core, gently put my foot down on the floor. So that becomes the foundation, and I lift the other knee. Left foot over. Each side might be different. If this is too much stretch for you, then what you can do is you can put your foot on the chair in front. Have it as far away as you need to, and then bring it in towards you. You can apply the downward pressure using your hand, or you can use the muscles to apply the downward pressure. So I'm pushing my knee down towards the floor, trying to relax shoulders, relaxing the arms. There's enough, or just enough energy in the hands to support my foot. Breathing naturally and mobilizing this left hip. So this is a dynamic stretch deep in the hip, not a ballistic stretch. We're not bouncing, but we're utilizing muscles that are stretching as they're being used. I can really feel that working. Okay, so I come up using my core, gently put the foot down, and we move into the second phase, which is more of a stretch. So the foot comes over, again holding my foot where it's comfortable, and my knee, I'm going to now move my centre up and over, and I'm going to move towards the middle of my shin. So halfway between the foot and the knee is my aiming point, up and over there, and down. So I can immediately feel more of a stretch in the piriformis and the gluteus minimus, deep within the hip. But it isn't a painful stretch. We're coming at it from a slightly different angle, and this is a passive stretch, so we're not actually using the muscles in the hip while they're being stretched. I'm using my arms slightly more this time, so I need to be aware that I'm relaxing my shoulders and my arms as much as possible and breathing naturally. you can see that I can feel the muscles are giving, so I'm applying more stretch as I move down. Okay, I'll come up using my core, put my foot down, make sure that's planted on the ground as I lift the other knee up and place the foot over. Again, if this is too much stretch for here, we can always put the foot on the chair and then work around that angle as long as it's comfortable. It should always be comfortable. So this is the adaptation. Don't think of this as not being flexible. This is the beginning of your range, and this is what we must work with. So, foot over, grab the foot support the knee, we lift our centre up and over, and we're aiming for that line to be through the middle of the shin, and we're applying a passive stretch to the muscles deep within the hip. I need to be aware of the tension in my shoulders and my arms. I should be breathing normally and being aware of my centre of balance. I don't want to tip off the chair. Even though I have my foot down, sometimes we can get a bit wibbly wobbly, so we need to be aware that we're not going to fall over. I can feel the muscles releasing slightly, so I'm applying slightly more stretch. And I'm forgetting to breathe because I'm looking at the clock. And come up using centre and gently let the foot go to the floor.